A new Pentagon report details a huge military threat from China. Come on in, General Jack Keane, Fox News senior strategic analyst. I'm looking at a headline here in the New York Times, General. It says, China shoring up its Navy, muscles into the Pacific. Are we prepared for this?
Yeah, there's no surprise here. The national security strategy that this administration wrote and issued at the end in December of their first year, and now the national defense security strategy has identified China as the nation's long-term strategic threat to our national interests. And as such, China, not the United States, is conducting the most rapid military buildup of any nation in the world.
Oh, we didn't know that. Wait a second. America's the most rapid military buildup, or China? China's doing it.
Not the Trump buildup is comparable to what Ronald Reagan did, and it's absolutely necessary. But the most rapid military buildup in the world is being conducted by China, and it's been going on for a number of years. The previous administration never wanted to talk about it, because then the next question is, what are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do about it, right?
You know, so, listen, we have major issues here, and China's, what they're doing is very selectively developing capabilities that take advantage of our vulnerabilities. For example, long-range missiles, anti-ship missiles that keep our aircraft carriers at distance before they can actually launch the airplanes to be effective. Anti-satellite missiles. We're totally dependent for location satellites, obviously for communication satellites, as we're doing today, and also for weapons telemetry. How we guide those missiles to the target all happens by satellite. They have been practicing for years to take all of that systems down, and they have the most advanced anti-satellite capability of any nation in the world. So they are very serious about this. Cyber warfare, as we all know, cyber espionage is really big for them, and they're now projecting power. They're close to that parity with our Pacific fleet now. They will, in the next number of years, exceed that capability. They're building bases around the world like we have. So China is projecting power. Here's what they want to do. Dominate and control the Asia-Pacific region, and in a number of years, 2030 to 2040, surpass the United States as the preeminent global power in the world, Stuart.
In the world?
In the world. That is a stated goal of President Xi.
What should we do about that?
Yeah. Well, we have to organize our allies and shore them up, because they've been beaten down for years because the previous administration was ignoring this threat. We have to be willing to confront it. I'm not saying we have to go to war. They don't want to go to war with the United States, but we got to stand up. They're a bully in the neighborhood, and we got to stand up to the bully.
It looks to me like the North Korea agreement is unraveling. Defense Secretary Mathis says we may get back to doing military exercising, having cancelled a few. Now we're going back to them. Is that agreement unraveling? Yeah,
they made an agreement with no support for that agreement other than to shake hands itself. So what we found in the last number of weeks is not only has North Korea not denuclearized, they are advancing their capabilities. And that is why the president, I think, did the right thing, said, look, we're not going to have a meeting anymore with you guys unless you're serious. So I think the next few weeks, we'll see what North Korea comes back with. We've asked them for three things. One, identify and locate for us all of your nuclear and missile sites. Number two, let independent inspectors go in and see them where they are and verify it. And number three, we suggested to them a denuclearized time schedule, timeline. They rejected all of that. They got to give us some of that if they're serious.
Okay. If we resume military exercises, they might launch another missile. And what would we do if they launch another missile? Would we shoot it down?
No. We'll not shoot it down unless it's endangering one of our allies.
What a situation. General, we appreciate you being with us, sir.
Good talking, Stuart, as always.
Sir.